European Football Live show. We had a pretty successful weekend, Chris, I would say. And as far as today goes, we did hit our video double, so that was nice win for plus 130. And even better news, at least for you, for yesterday, you hit another one of your parlays.
It's one of those things where I think I'm partying a little bit too much today, and really just trying to get back onto the front foot, trying to get my wits about me today. It's just one of those Mondays. I got a case of the Mondays today.
Yeah, it wasn't a big slate today, but that double was pretty nice that we had for today. Now, as far as my yesterday's parlay goes, I lost on, of course, MLS.
I'm sorry, but that was some of the worst officiating I think I'd ever seen in in that Vancouver Toronto game. I don't know how that goal gets wiped off. The goaltender had no control over that ball.
I honestly didn't even watch most of the game. I just saw the result at the end. It was like a late goal, what, in the 90th minute that
Yeah,
Vancouver scored.
90th minute. But it was there was a goal disallowed that really, in my opinion, should not have been disallowed. The goal it was a scramble in front of goal. Uh, the goaltender had no control over the ball. Toronto potted it, but the referee called it back for goaltender interference, saying that the ball was kicked out of the goaltender's hands. And uh,
Yeah. I should go on and then check that is to see how much I need to swear off air.
uh, it's yeah, I don't know.
But I am glad that you hit your three-legger from yesterday, Chris. Plus 187. City team total over 1.5. Leipzig team total over 1.5. And PSV and Feyenoord. Both teams to score an over 2.5. I think that was a hit, right?
Yeah, I believe so as well.
2-2 was it that in second half last time I checked the score, but let me double check on that, Chris.
Yeah.
Let me do that real quick here. How's your day been going so far, Chris?
Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Goran, how about you?
I'm gonna say pretty casual. I didn't have any previews today. I didn't want to force any picks since the slate was so horrible today. There was barely anything going on. We did have that Fiorentina Roma game, and it's still 2-0. Fiorentina scored two quick goals in the first half in 5th and 11th minute, and the result hasn't changed after that. Roma pretty much, I don't know,
Man,
lifeless in this game.
mailed
Only
it
one
in.
shot on target, three corner kicks, and that's about it from them in this game.
Yeah, it's it's frustrating from Roma. I think Fiorentina. I thought maybe Fiorentina would show up with a little bit of fight, but they definitely took it to Roma today.
Yeah, and standing wise, Fiorentina and Roma are now equal with 59 points. Roma is still a spot ahead because of the better goal difference, but not by much. There's only, I think, so Roma has plus 13 and Fiorentina has plus 9 goal difference. So it's not that big of a difference. And if Roma can get a couple more points from their last two games, they could actually qualify for the Europa League or at least the Conference League.
Potentially, like you said, there is a lot of work to be done, but it'll be interesting if they can actually come through with it.
Yeah, I think this is the first of their last, what, 5 games that they scored a goal, even.
Yeah, I think they've been shut out in four straight. I believe I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I think that was the case. And they were on a 4 game losing streak. Actually, they scored one goal in their last 4 games before this one. So now, Chris, did you have any bets going on yesterday? We had a pretty big slate, and honestly, I did make profit on my premiums, but it could have been so much better if Eintracht and Borussia Mönchengladbach scored only one more goal in that game. But overall, I'm actually satisfied with. with the Sunday.
You know what? I saved it for, believe it or not, I saved a lot of my action for today, and I kind of dabbled in leagues I maybe wouldn't normally, but I had a couple free bets. I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I'm not going to try to pronounce names, but there was a Polish league draw that I caught this morning. Girona and Tenerife, I'm getting right now in the Segunda Liga. Uh, what else? There's another one. Of course, leave it to me to bet on Everton, but in Everton in Chile. And got the draw, I got the draw in that one as well. So, but of course, the two games I kind of separated and made my marquee draw parlay: Fiorentina, Roma, and Konya Spor, Antalya Spor. Of course, those wouldn't come in.
Well, unfortunately, but I guess you're pretty happy about the little Everton team,
Everton Junior,
Everton Junior.
Everton South.
Yeah. What about the EPL Everton? They beat Leicester yesterday, and they got out of the relegation zone right now.
What did I say when we start? And I know we talked about it yesterday, you and I, but I said if we had that 15 that those 15 points that were up for grabs when we played Leicester twice, Chelsea, Liverpool, and United, I said I would have been happy with 7 points. 10, I am absolutely flabbergasted. I'm floored that we got 10 points out of a possible 15. Wins over United, Chelsea, and Leicester, and another draw against Leicester.
Yeah.
Liverpool, you want the win, but more often than not, it goes the way of the red. You know what? So, uh, I'm happy. Like I said, we're out of the relegation zone. Now it's Leeds and potentially Burnley, still not out of the woods yet. So, but granted, neither are Everton. So, not counting my
Yeah.
chickens, but I'm happy.
Well, there's Watford for Everton, Brentford at home, and Crystal Palace at home, and then against Arsenal in the last round. Hopefully, by that time, Everton will be safe and secured the spot for next season. But I think that in the next two games, if they can get 4 points, I think they're safe.
Yeah, this is gonna sound really weird. I am just as scared for Watford as I am Chelsea, Leicester, United, because Everton rose to the occasion in those better games. But this is the kind of game where it just feels like they could drop a point. I don't know why. This is just how it normally works for Everton. It happened against Burnley, earlier this season in what is right now proving to be a very crucial fixture. That game that Everton lost 3-2, they had a couple goals in that game, and Burnley just found a way to win, and Everton sort of just fell flat near the end. And I worry that it could be the same against Watford, but I think we'll talk about that tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
What about AC Milan, Chris? They're kicking butt.
We touched on this. I think that if AC Milan runs the table and wins the Serie A title, it is very deserved, just because of the level of competition they had to play over the last, basically since the Coppa Italia final, where I said that if I said I had Inter in the driver's seat, but again, Inter has not looked the part of a title contender in the last couple of rounds, I think.
Yeah, only Atalanta and Sassuolo left for Milan in the last two games of the season. Yes, Inter does have easier schedule. They have Cagliari and Sampdoria to play against, but they are playing in the Coppa Italia finals against Juventus, and I'm pretty sure that will have some kind of effect on them for this weekend. But we'll see. I hope that Milan can stay at the top, and I hope they can finally win the title, and it would be a very well deserved for them this season.
I was almost going to ask if Coppa Italia got got Inter anything, but it wouldn't matter because they're in a Champions League spot.
Well, it could get them a trophy this season,
No,
right?
I just meant like for positioning if they were to lose that game.
If they were to lose that game, well, nothing would happen. They are in the Champions League spot.
Yeah,
Uh, it wouldn't matter to any. Actually, I think it matters for the team that got knocked out in the semifinals. I think that if Fiorentina doesn't qualify through the league, they might get qualified through the Coppa Italia, since all the other teams have qualified for something already this season. So I think that that's how it works, but I'm not quite sure. I'll have to read up on it, but I think that might be good for Fiorentina. That if they don't qualify through Serie A, they might actually get to to one of the European competitions through Coppa Italia semifinals.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Now, Chris, we got some EPL matchups this week. We got LaLiga matchups as well. We got that Coppa Italia finals on Wednesday. So let's move on to tomorrow then. We got an interesting matchup in the EPL. We have Aston Villa and Liverpool facing off. We know that Liverpool tied against Tottenham in the EPL this past weekend. They had a ton of chances, especially in the second half. Uh, they couldn't use any of them. They barely scored that one goal, and I think that was kind of a fatigue maybe from the Champions League matchup and stuff like that. But in this game, I see them like dominating completely and getting another win.
Yeah, I think it's hard to, as much as it pains me to say, I think it's hard to look at anything other than a convincing win for Liverpool here. You know, you can ill afford any other slip up now. You couldn't before, but now it's just magnified, and yeah, I just don't know if Aston Villa is going to have enough to really hold off Liverpool here.
Yeah, they did win their last games, actually, their last two, and they are now undefeated in their last three games overall. But the teams that they have beaten were Burnley, Norwich, and tied to Leicester. So uh, I guess win is a win, but you can't really compare those three teams to Liverpool, the team that is chasing the title. So it's going to be a very hard game for Aston Villa here, and they might get on the scoreboard, yes, but I think that Liverpool gets the win here.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. I think by any means, it's just. I think, to be honest, I think style points have to go out the window now for Liverpool. You just got to go in and get the win.
Yeah,
And whether it's in convincing fashion or not doesn't matter. 3 points are 3 points. They don't ask how you got them. They just ask how many you got. So, yeah, I think it's just basically win at all costs for Liverpool at this point.
exactly. Hey, Nick, I say it's 1-0 in that Girona game. Hopefully, you get one more goal in the last, 6 or 7 minutes or so. I'm not sure how did Fiorentina and Roma ended. Was it 2-0?
I believe it was.
Let me see. Yeah, 2-0 win for Fiorentina. In this Aston Villa and Liverpool game, you know what, Chris? I do like Liverpool to win an over 1.5. It's minus 167, which is actually a perfect price for a double with something from La Liga maybe or something from, I don't know, Australia maybe.
Oh, don't get me started on the A League again.
Hey, we did win our pick in the double from
We
Australia.
did, but I still have PTSD from freaking Melbourne City.
Yeah, they did one today, 2-1.
Well, it's a change of pace.
We have Genk playing tomorrow against Sporting Charleroi, so I think that that might be a good double. If you take Liverpool and over 1.5 and Genk to win, they are minus 175 favorites, and they have been outstanding so far in that European playoffs round. So that double will get you to plus 153.
Yeah, that's not a bad option either. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Now we got a few games in La Liga, Chris. Tomorrow, we got Valencia and Betis. That is the first matchup of the day at 1 p.m. Do you like anything in that one?
I like the draw there. I think it's gonna just be a tight. I looked at that game. I kept seeing 1-1 or 2-2. I don't know why, but it just feels reeks of a draw to me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes that way. We know that Betis is still fighting for that Champions League spot, but after Atletico Madrid beat Real Madrid on a Sunday, it's now 6 points difference, and with only 3 games left, it's going to be very hard for them to catch up to Atletico Madrid. I mean, Atletico Madrid would have to drop at least 6 points in the last 3 games for that to happen, and that still leaves Betis to win at least two of those 3 games. And I honestly don't see it happening because, I mean, Valencia has been struggling lately. They are without a win in their last 7 games. But overall, I think they're a pretty good team, and they don't have any, I'm not going to say important injuries, but they don't have any notable injuries right now. They do have a couple of suspended players, though. But we saw that Betis is not a great defensive team. They conceded that last minute goal against Barcelona that cost them a game, but I do agree with the draw, to be honest.
I think it's just probably the safer route to go in this one. I mean, it just makes sense. Like you said, there's not much. I think you're splitting hairs to try to find a side to back in this one.
I mean, Betis is in a slightly better form, but that's about it. I mean, I would say quality wise, these two teams are pretty even. Betis has been a bit more consistent this season, but they are not consistent right now. So, with Valencia being the home team, I could see the draw here, to be honest. And I think it's worth a shot. It's plus 245 right now in my book here.
Yeah, definitely worth a shot. I think.
What about Barcelona and Celta Vigo, Chris? I think that Barcelona has beaten Celta in the reverse fixture this season. In the first half, it was no, actually, it was 3-3 in the reverse fixture this season. Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, I like the over here. I think goals are going to come in bunches. The last three meetings all have at least three or more goals. And Barca, outside of Real Madrid, are the highest scoring team in La Liga. Like I said, outside of Real. So I think this is just going to be a bit of a higher scoring game. Whether or not Celta Vigo get on the board here, that's another discussion to have. But I like the over in this one.
Oh, I do think that Celta Vigo gets on the scoreboard in this one, to be honest, because Barcelona's defense looks horrible right now. And their best defensive pair was Piqué and, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. And then when you put in Eric Garcia or Lenglet, maybe, or I don't know, anyone else, they look terrible, to be honest. Just, just not a good defensive team yet. They did sign Christensen from Chelsea for next season. I think they're bringing someone else in as well. Hopefully that will improve by then. But as of right now, Barcelona is not a good defensive team, and I think they will concede a goal here, at least one, if not more, because Celta Vigo is a very dangerous team that can score a lot of goals. But I mean, both teams to score an over 2.5 in this game gets you to. Let me pull it up right here. Both teams to score an over 2.5 is minus 106.
That's not bad. I'm seeing a bit of a boosted parlay here. Barcelona to win, both teams to score, and over 8 corners in the match for both combined at plus 500.
That's not a bad pick. I think we can expect corners in this matchup.
Yeah, or Barcelona to win 3-1 correct score plus 1200. So
I mean, at the moment, neither team has anything left to play for. Celta Vigo will not get to any of the European spots. They are far away from the relegation zone. And Barcelona has secured the Champions League spot for next season. That was their main goal after Xavi arrived. And they accomplished that. Now, whether they want to play like super aggressively to stay in that second place or maybe, I don't know, drop down third, I don't think they really care. I think they will try and focus now on scoring more goals, getting their efficiency up. But it's the end of the season, and I think they can't wait to end it already.
yeah, but you got. I would have to think that there's still pride to play for at this point. I know it's a bigger club and they have big players, and
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, you know what, the season is done. But this is one of those instances where I think Barcelona knows they've put their fans through hell this season. With how Ronald Koeman started the year, and yeah, they got the big lift bringing in Xavi and really sort of getting that squad back under control. But I think they want to at least do right by the fans, try to perform well in the last couple games of the year, and get a result.
yeah. I was reading today that Xavi is getting rid of at least 7 or 8 players, uh, and apparently one of those players is Frankie De Jong as well, which I think it's totally wrong move because that guy still has a massive career ahead of him, and he's been one of their best players this season. I don't know why would you sell him when you have a bunch of nobodies in there who are basically useless. And I'm talking about Depay as well because that guy hasn't done anything for this team. They got him
Well,
for free, so now that you have him under contract, sell him make some profit out of it because with players, I mean, apparently Dembele is signing a new contract. That's great. You have Fati now, who's recovered from injury. You have what's his name that got there from Manchester City, Ferran Torres. You have Aubameyang as well. They are bringing in who did they sign? They signed somebody else. I don't know who they. Apparently, they want to sign Lewandowski. Yeah, so I don't think you actually need Depay.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Who's we?
Everton.
Apparently, Tottenham and Napoli are interested.
Oh, if he wants to go to Tottenham, let Napoli sign him. I don't want to deal with him. Actually, maybe I do. He's playing kind of useless right now, so maybe.
I mean, you are correct. They do need sell. They do have to sell players to raise the funds for transfers, but I don't think De Jong is one of the players they should sell. They have a bunch of those players that haven't played at all this season. They could get at least 50, 60 million on all of them together, I'm pretty sure. And I think that should be enough to sign at least one good player that will get you something.
Yeah. And I see there's a comment here, 8/20/24. Yeah, I'm seeing on my book 3-1 Barcelona at plus 1200. But again, that's why I always say do your line shopping. Because you can find maybe better odds for a correct score. Maybe you can find a boost on a certain book. Who knows? But that's actually a bet I think I might put in. 3-1 Barcelona at plus 1200.
I mean, plus 1200 is definitely worth a shot. I mean, put on maybe $10 or so and
Yeah.
just enjoy the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, Chris, we are at the end of our show, but we still have the time for a double tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
what are you going with for tomorrow?
I'm gonna go with something that's very near and dear to Goran's heart. I'm gonna go with Young Boys and
Young boys.
Young Boys and St. Gal, and I'm gonna go both teams to score. 14 of the last 16 head-to-head meetings have had both teams on the score sheet. 5 of Young Boys' last 6 games have seen both teams score, and St. Gallen has actually been playing pretty well as of late. Coming into this one on the hop of wins in 3 of their last 4, and they're still trying to push their way into the Europa Conference League as well. So but they need a couple of wins here, so I think they're going to try to go for it. I don't know if they get it, but I do like both teams on the score sheet in this one.
Yeah, I do like that. As we know, Switzerland is a pretty good league for goals, and Young Boys has been scoring a lot of goals this season, but they haven't been defending that well. Uh, did I tell you that I actually saw that Young Boys has a women's team called Young Boys
Yeah,
as
you were
well?
telling me this.
That's so weird. I
I
don't know why.
Goran told me this, and I practically saw steam coming out of his ears, his brain was overworking trying to compute this.
I mean, just change the name
To what, young girls?
or name your women's team differently because this sounds pretty weird to me. At least to me. I don't know if anybody else thinks that's weird, but I think it is.
Oh. On
Anyways,
today's edition of Overanalyzed Theater,
as my part of this double, Chris, I will take Liverpool on the money line.
not bad. No, my stance on that.
So it's plus 113 on my book. So Young Boys and St. Gallen, both teams to score. That's in Switzerland. And Liverpool on the money line against Aston Villa on the road, plus 113 on my book.
Not a bad payout. I mean, again,
Exactly.
you could don't feel free to swap out Liverpool for anything, even a bag of pucks. I don't know, but no, I think we got a good double there going. Nice plus
Yes,
money
we do.
payout.
Yes, we do. Now, Chris, this is the end of our show, and I know that you usually tell a dad joke at the end of it, but today I have one.
Okay.
How do you call a man with a rubber toe?
I can't.
Roberto.
No. But on a serious note, I was trying to get the soccer show sponsored. That's why I was actually running late today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sponsored by who?
an envelope company, but we couldn't seal the deal.
Oh
The
my
best
god.
ones are when you kind of reel them in a little bit, and then they think you're serious, and then drop it on them.
Oh man. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for joining us. We do have actually, Miguel. There are soccer picks coming to the betting tools. Mitch told me recently that they should be there shortly with the next update, which I'm not sure when it is, but I will check. And I will have that information for you tomorrow for the live show. But yes, the soccer picks are coming to the betting tools. And stay tuned for the videos, guys, coming up on YouTube later on today. There will be another parlay coming up as well, so check that one out and play the one we gave out on the live show. I think it's a pretty solid bet for a nice plus money. Chris, anything else to add?
No, I think we've reached our dad joke quota for the day.
All right, then I'll take it. That's it for today, guys. Have a nice evening. Win some money, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Good luck, everyone.